If there's one constant in America, it's that people are always on the move. Whether it's walking, driving, or some other means of transport, we live in a mobile society. The pandemic tested that proposition when much of life ground to a halt back in March. How immobile did we become?
It's challenging because there are a lot of moving parts.
Jude Bayham of Colorado State University is a member of Colorado's COVID-19 modeling team. He spent this past spring studying how stay-at-home restrictions affected residents' travel patterns and coronavirus transmission. He used data from people's cell phone apps with location settings switched on. Individual users were not identified.
By the time it gets to me, it's been aggregated, so your device is aggregated with hundreds or thousands of others.
He found that lockdown orders did indeed cause a dramatic increase in time spent at home.
I feel confident saying that, reductions in mobility do relate to reductions in transmission. And not necessarily the other way around.
It's the kind of information that helps those in charge know whether their social distancing directives are working.
And so you make these policies, but you have no idea what the unintended consequences are of them. And so I think it provided some feedback to county health officials as to what are things on the ground.
Ryan Layer with the COVID-19 Mobility Network provided 3 counties with mobility data generated by Facebook. Almost like a temperature check.
If we provide only to-go orders, how does that look? Okay, if you let people in stores, is that going to have, are there going to be huge crowds, or does that just have an incremental increase?
Which is what he found. Mobility data is also part of an algorithm developed by a team at Harvard, which uses Twitter activity and Google searches to try to predict virus outbreaks 2 weeks in advance. Cell phones already track the movement of people between states. Researchers caution they're still not sure how representative the information is that they're getting. City dwellers act differently than those in the countryside. But as governments become more data-driven, mobility data could be an important tool going forward.
You're not going to learn everything from mobility data, but I think it's an important piece of the puzzle.
There is no capital T truth.
Bayham, who also studies the uncertainties of wildfire management, says disease can spread the same way. Data could be an important means of containment.